Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Signature Movement. It's your girl Tanya D. Floyd out here getting my medicine, my vitamin D. It was really necessary because let me tell you, your girl was having some realizations today. I am no longer in denial and I am no longer keeping secrets. So let me tell you something. First of all, I need to remember this time to send a text to my provider so I can get my wig tight. Because I'm tired of looking like this. But check it out. I was in the house this morning. I woke up in the middle. It was like 3:06 a.m. Me and my old friend back together again, 3 o'clock. Why I gotta be waking up at 3 a.m.? I never understood it then. I don't really get it now either. But those are the times when I go into the prayer and meditation mode. And, ain't nobody else that I really would want to talk to at that time of day. But here's the thing. I've been reflecting on my last year. Literally the last 365 days of life. And, child, it's been tough. Let me tell you, when I left the house today, it was because in those moments of prayer and meditation, I determined that I would absolutely make myself get out of bed. Because as much as we know I like being alone and reflecting in the quiet moments, I realized that something was a little bit off about me lately. I have had zero desire to go anywhere, to do anything, to create. Actually, that's not fully the truth. I always had the desire to create, but I didn't have the drive to get up and literally go to my space and make something. I got a couple of things I need to make and put in the mail immediately. But it's like I lost my mojo. And I haven't been like laying around, what is the word? I haven't been moping or having a pity party. But I literally woke up and said, hey, we got a problem. We got to go outside because we're on the way down. And all during 2020, people were posting and saying it's okay to not be okay. I ain't okay. Okay? Yeah, I look back at some things and I'm like, whoa. Ooh. I started off the year with that $30,000 loss on that project. And then it just went from there. Business has been super slow. I had to do some financial compiling this week, and I think that's why I've realized that things were worse than I was willing to acknowledge at first. Because when I started doing the numbers, I was like, oh hell no, we got problems. Because in the back of my mind the whole time I was counting and I was thinking this time last year I was doing X, Y, and Z amount, and based on what I remember, I haven't really done anything significant since June. It's October. That's 4 months. I'm sorry, it's November now. Oh, girl. So anyway, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Let's get out of this bondage first. Hold up. Oh, that's better. All right, so I was like, I'm doing the math, and we ain't nowhere near what we were last year this time. Last year was our best financial year, by the way. And what's going on? I haven't really stopped doing anything, so where's my money? And then I was like, well, you took that L, then you paid a lawyer to go to court a couple of times, and then that lawyer went, by the wayside, and we lost that case in June, and somebody helped us out with a new lawyer in June, and he filed a motion to. Anyway, long story short, um, we put a lot of stuff in the back of our minds, and we didn't necessarily say we weren't going to deal with it, but I've been learning this day by day thing. I've been practicing this whole, like the scripture says, do not be anxious over things, because sufficient for each day is its own badness. Or, like basically, you can't be worried about tomorrow because you got to get through the day. Worry about today's stuff and secure the things that you need to secure for today, because that anxiety ain't gonna do nothing but take your mind off the task, the goal, the finish line, make you feel all these things that just get in the way, like noise, like static when you're trying to see and hear something and focus. The static just too much, so you gotta minimize that as much as possible. And I was thinking, one of my girlfriends sent me a post the other day that said something about cheers to you, like because you're strong, X, Y, and Z, you know, here's to the strong women, something, I forget. But I had to reply to her, and it was in the early morning hours, when I usually do my getting it together stuff. It was in the early morning hours when I replied, and I was like, I'm so over being strong. I realized after all these years that I've been doing this all wrong. I need to lean more on God and allow him to take control over most things in my life. And I hadn't been doing that, but I fixed it. I'm now doing it right. And that's true. I don't want to be strong no more. It's all crap. It's hype. Like whoever put that in there, out there in the atmosphere, whoever put that in our minds, it was a trap. It's like, why on earth would you just accept being dumped on by everybody and all the problems that come to you? Just why would you just automatically just stand up and go, whew, I'm about to go take this ass whooping like a man, and yeah, I'm gonna just go because that's how it's supposed to be. That ain't how it's supposed to be. You supposed to have help, and you been taught, well, I've been taught my whole life that I'm supposed to ask for that help. But I was asking for it, but I didn't realize how much I was also still taking on myself, thinking, well, if it's coming to me, it's definitely for me to handle, so anybody else gonna do it, and that's a trap too. Forget about all that, what nobody else is gonna do or who ain't helping and all that. You got to let it go. Leave it there. I've been literally learning that this year. Through all the things that have occurred, I have been absorbing the concept of let him do it. Let him lead you. Let him fix it. Let him deal with them. All you got to do is put your blinders on and focus on what's right here, which I discussed that you would do. And mostly that is working on your internal. Your job is to get right, get spiritual, lean, trust, and do what he tell you to do. And I've been asking a lot lately for, the next step, like literal next step. Where do I put my foot right now? What do I do with these hands right now? What do you want me to do right now? Because I got some ideas, but I want you to tell me. So that's been my personal journey this year through all the all the things. But I say I wasn't okay. I'm not okay because, in business, well, I guess it's in many things, but I learned about it in business, my readings and learning different things. But this term called imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome tells you you're not supposed to be where you are. You're not supposed to be, successful in this thing. You're not as smart as you think you are, or there's no good reason why you should be chosen to be in this position and doing these things like that. It's talking yourself out of a good thing. Like, I don't believe, nah, I'm not supposed to run this business. I'm not supposed to make, $100,000, $200,000 a year. I'm not supposed to be influential in this way. I'm not supposed to have a following. And then, you make yourself pretty much shut down and quit. But that's all crap too. I'm telling you, the devil is. People always say the devil is busy. He always busy. He ain't stopped messing with you since you was born. He put all kinds of things in your path so that you can focus on, you know, anything other than what you're supposed to be doing. Come out here, have fun. Don't do that work. Don't do the work. Don't do the work. Let's play. Let's self-indulge. Let's eat as much as we want. Let's drink as much as we want. Let us live. Let us act like you only live once. Let us just, be free. Freedom. That's what people dangle in front of you, all the time. Like, it's everything. I've been learning that freedom ain't everything. Because free will, absolutely 100% was a gift from God. But the main idea is to stay close to Him and let Him lead you. I thought I got it before, but I get it now. I'm saying, it's just these windows of enlightenment just keep coming to me. My first one that I absolutely positively remember as a big momentous occasion was when I turned 40. It was like literally windows opened and information just started coming to me, and I started feeling and thinking and just going in different directions than before. It was like, whoo, like I took the coat off and now I can move. I can't even explain it, but I keep saying windows of enlightenment because that's what I think they are. But yeah, all this year I just been down. And then I realized, like I said, that I've been doing this all wrong. I ain't supposed to be strong. That's a trap. The devil allows you to think that you're supposed to carry everything, and then you get all puffed up with pride, and you get all, I did this and I did that. You remember when Moses was like, look here, I gave you X, Y, and Z. I brought you water from the rock. And God was like, hold up. That wasn't you, player. That was me. Remember? I used you. I absolutely 100% chose you, but hold it. You're getting out of pocket. And he was like, oh, my bad. You're absolutely right. How did that happen? How did I do that? But that's how the devil do. He just like waving stuff in front of you, making you just go, oh, we free. Freedom is overrated. Not that kind of freedom. You don't want to be free. You want protection. You want to be blessed. You want to be favored. Oh, y'all always say blessed and highly favored, don't you? Well, you can't be that if you're out here doing your own thing. You can't be freestyling. You got to recognize that you have a head and that you are subservient to your head, your spiritual head. You got to have Him in charge of your life. And that's the only way this is going to work. And that you only live once thing, I don't believe that. I used to be afraid, deathly afraid, morbidly afraid that I was going to leave here before my time, and so many things I got to do before I go and put in place and this and that. And I still want to be responsible and do things and put things in place, but I understand fully that this life is not all there is. I'm making plans in case I make it to my next one, or in case I continue this one longer than I expected. I'm making plans for later on. I got places I need to travel to, but I don't want to travel under these circumstances. I want to wait until God come, clean everything up. And I'm going way too deep with this, but yeah, I want to wait till everything is the way it's supposed to be so I can take a hot air balloon ride and, travel to Greece and see the pretty waters over there. And it's some things I could do now, but the world ain't right. I don't want to do it right now. I'm going to do it later if I make it. But yeah, I'm trying to make it. Anyway, I was saying I'm not okay because I was not wanting to get up and go out. and do anything. I was having the biggest struggle with accepting like my current circumstances, and like I'm at a point where I gotta figure out who to pay right now versus who can wait. Cause business sucks. I can pay some people. I can't pay everybody. Cause the income ain't what it was. That is tragic for somebody like me. And what am I talking about? I mean, I am the kind of person who respects and believes and lives by the "to whom much is given, much is required" theory. It's actually in the Bible. I've been saying it all this time because it was in Spider-Man and X, Y, and Z, but it's in the Bible. Really, it says that "to whom much is given, much is required." Forgot all about it. But anyway, I live like that because I feel like I'm such a loser. I am such a lazy, such an unproductive person when I am not working till my hands hurt and my body says no more. I feel like I'm not doing my best if I don't come up with the answer. I feel like I'm not trying hard enough for somebody like me if I don't, fix this or make that work or find a way. I put too much on myself. That ain't right. But yeah, it's taken me time this year to realize that I don't have the authority to treat myself like that. I am me. I am still fearlessly, what is it? Wonderfully made. All that. God, yes, I am. However, in being that, I'm not expected to do everything, be everything, and have all the answers. And I'm not supposed to work so hard that I don't have time for nothing else. I really feel like everything's gonna collapse if I ain't there to hold it up. Now that's pride, don't you? I ain't never look at it like that, but it is. I'm not the one. I'm not in charge. So I'm learning to submit fully and not be so presumptuous this year. It's a whole learning experience. I'm gonna tell you, it's tough. Child, it's tough. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I came to the park because the park is where I used to come to get my thoughts together when I was at work, and it was just, yeah, work. It's funny. I went to the credit union today and I saw my old building from the parking lot, and I was like, wow. I realize now too that, let me tell you, the enlightenment is all upon me. But I realized that by sitting there, I was looking up at the building like, I wonder how many people in the building. I miss my desk in the building. I had a good location in the building. Sometimes I miss having that paycheck, that pay stub, and that absolute definitive, salary that I could put on paper. But then it's just as fast as it came to my mind, something snapped me out of it and said, "You remember in the Bible when the Israelites were coming out of Egypt and Pharaoh and all the bad things they were running from, and God kept them in the wilderness all that time, and all they had to eat was manna, and they complained because they got tired of eating manna. And some of them were like, I want to go back. I can't live like this." And I was like, is that what you're doing right now? You want to go back to that? Because you think this is bad? No, we're not going there. So I just went on to the next thought. I'm telling you, this year has been doing something to me. And I know there's a growing pains. I know it's not as smooth as I would like for it to be, but I put a post on, I think I put it on here and on Facebook, But basically, it was like self care. Gratitude is self care too. Just if you just stop for a couple of minutes and take a deep breath and try to count all your blessings, literally try to count them. Just list all the good things in your life, all the things you're thankful for. You will, get your body under control and, calm it. Your pressure probably go down. Your anxiety will probably subside for a little bit. You will give yourself the opportunity to ground yourself in life is good, right? And then you'll be like amazed at how many things you can come up with that are going well in your life. Don't even give a moment to the whole, the things that's going to shit. Don't do that. Just for a little bit, just tunnel vision. Just focus on the list. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just start listing all the good things. Let it go as long as it goes. And then open your eyes and look around and see how long that was or how many things you came up with. I'm telling you, it's an exercise you must do. I call that self-care. Gratitude is not preached enough. People say they're grateful, but there's a whole lot of ingrates out here. A whole lot of people who just do not stop and consider all the things they have or they've been given or allowed or people overlooked on their behalf. They just don't. The world is just confused, chaotic, angry, savage. It's just bad. But yeah, take that moment. Deep breath, deep cleansing breath. Take a couple of them. And on the exhale, just close your eyes and then start thinking. Start with all your senses. Those are good ways to come up with things you're grateful for. What do you smell? What do you hear? What do you see when you open your eyes? Like, I'm looking at all this beautiful artwork out here. I swear, I've never been an earth tone person when it comes to designing or styling my own wardrobe or whatever, but when it comes to going outside is beautiful. Especially in the fall. Oh my goodness. The shades of the reds and the oranges on the trees, you can't copy that nowhere. That thing is great. And then on a day like today, it's 70 something degrees right now, but those cleansing breaths. At first, it was some sneezes. Let me just go ahead and say, when I first stepped out the door, it was some sneezes because we wasn't ready. And I ain't take my pill the last 2 nights. But still, forget that. It's just great. Just clean. It just looks, feels, and smells like life. Life is good. So yeah, I had to snatch myself up and make me go outside. And then later on, I'm going to pick up the boys, both boys, because those are like breaths of fresh air for me. That 4-year-old, he be saying some stuff, child. Some of the things he says, I just be looking at him like, where on earth did you learn that? But like intelligent stuff, no, not foolishness. But sometimes it's foolishness too. But yeah, he just be like coming up with, Mom, did you know? Or did you ever see? And then he gives me this whole dissertation on snails or something else. He loves nature and dinosaurs. Some of the dinosaur names he can pronounce amaze me. I'm like, oh really? Oh, okay. Apatosaurus. There's a difference between a brontosaurus and a brachiosaurus, and he got dinosaur toys at home on the floor in my room, and he has categorized them by herbivores and carnivores. Oh, did you know that herbivores have the flat, big teeth so they can eat the leaves and they smash them between the teeth? But the carnivores got the sharp teeth because they got to break up the meat, when they eat the smaller dinosaurs and stuff. That guy. But anyway, then that baby, the baby makes some expressions like he knows things and he's, trying his best to tolerate us. These kids, they are special, okay? Woo! But yeah, I'm gonna get my boys today because they lighten up things for me. But yeah, I just been in a place, honey. It's November. God, the more I think about it, the whole year just gone. But I'm not gonna dwell on it because clearly I'm being prepared. Look here. I mean, if I'm being honest, I can't help but wake up some mornings and lay in bed and go, I ain't get my contractor's license like I said I would. But when I stopped making money and I stopped making payments, I used to pay everything off and start over. I'm making payments now, so it's different. And I don't have the financial power I used to have where I can just go get the license and the bond be a decent rate. Try to pull money out the house is taking longer than I thought. That's why I was doing the finance stuff, just looking at options. How can I do these things? I'm still thinking about whether I could get a job or not. I don't want a job because everything they want me to do, what they want me to care about is stupid for $16 an hour, $18 an hour. I don't want none of that. No. And that ain't pride. That's just being real. I'm not going to walk into no foolishness. I'm just not. And then I'm thinking, like, clearly I'm needed at home because the baby got his parents, but I need him to know that he's one of us too. So as often as I can, I'm going to bring him on over and interact with him and teach him some things. And, he's our people. He need to know he's our people and we his people. And then I gotta be at the bus stop at 3 something every day. I got a lot of stuff that I'm really responsible for. And I was in the shower yesterday and said, that none of this is really your job. And if you wanted to get a job, you could get a job and tell them people to worry about their own kids. But I don't think that's the direction God was sending me in when He had my people ask me if they could move back in the house because they had some situations they needed to navigate through with a cushion. I don't think He was sending me in that direction when, He put it on my heart to spend more time with the kids, the babies, because grandmothers are absolutely indispensable, irreplaceable, and necessary in a child's life. Do you know that? It's true. I remember my grandmother, child, she was my lifeline. My mother's mother. Oh, honey. I was up under that lady my whole life. Yeah. Grandmother's serious business. I'm not answering no calls right now, people. But yeah, I gotta be there. Because I can. And I also realized that some of the things I wish I could do or financially want to do, I'm probably putting a little bit too much emphasis on because, again, if God put it on your heart and in your face that you can do X, Y, and Z with these kids, then you should probably do that. Because you can't get those moments back. So I'm chilling, relaxing, I'm trusting, I'm staying calm, and I'm trying to be obedient. Because I used to be strong and put upon. I don't want that job no more. Give it to somebody else. And yes, I am ready for some dude to come along and be like, oh, let me handle these things for you. I'm not saying I'm looking for a man that look out for me, take care of me, and none of that. But if you're going to be my man, you sure as hell going to do all the above. Or you can't be my man. Okay? No. Not accepting no crap. So, yeah. There's this and then there's that. But, yeah, I'm just out here being remade. It's tough, but it's gotta happen. Lead me. Because I've been doing this all myself for way too long. And I gotta be honest, I ain't really as far ahead as I should be for somebody that's smart. So clearly it's not for me to do it. Smart or not, it's not my job. I was in the way. I get it. I'm listening. I ain't even mad. So yeah, as much as I can, I'm gonna be a responsible individual and take care of things that I need to take care of. But I got my blinders on and I'm listening more than doing, so that I can know that I'm doing the right things and storing up treasures in heaven instead of treasures on earth and that whole thing. 30 minutes, girl, I've been rapping. But that's how it is when you're out here. I used to come out here to prepare for my Bible study and like get in the right frame of mind. Winter, spring, summer, fall, it didn't matter. It's just the landscape. You saw it. You saw the landscape. Let me do it again. Maybe you skipped a part or something. Here's the landscape. And there's usually nobody else here on weekdays. But sometimes people drive through. But yeah. Whew, child, we just out here. And we listening. So, thanks for letting me get that off my chest. And I don't know how you could possibly get something from all that, but I hope you can use something. Everything is connected. Every day I get a piece of information and inspiration that puts me on a path of thinking or doing something I wasn't previously thinking or doing. So it all goes together. Hope you got what you needed. I did. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great rest of your day.